Yeah, shout out Mile High Minute, the greatest podcast in the universe. You know what's up.
Yeah, man, we here, man. We live in the cut, man. Mile High Minute, #1 podcast universe, man. We here with the man, the myth, the legend, man, Rawest and Rino. What's the word, man?
I'm in Colorado. I'm in this bitch.
Oh yeah, man.
Trying to network with everyone. Saw 100-pack Savvy, Frodsky, Ray Reed, Big Grit. I've seen a bunch of everyone, so I'm trying to see everyone while I'm here.
Yep. Much love, man. We got Frodsky in the cut, man.
What y'all doing? What y'all on?
Just working, man. Appreciate you for the invite. He got a little networking session going. But shit, man. Hey, the people want to know, man. What made you come back out to Denver, man? You stay in New York now. You came, showed some love, pulled up at the shows and shit like that. What made you come back out?
Yeah. I mean, I moved out to New York just because I got a job out there, but still trying to come out here every few months and network and fly out here. So this is actually the longest I haven't been out here. I think I haven't been out here in like 6 or 7 months, but I'm definitely gonna be out here a lot more every couple months. I'm trying to get out here as much as I can. Try to network, try to check out video shoots, do interviews. I'm not much of an interview guy, but I like to check out the video shoots and share music, and it's just what I like to do, man.
Hell yeah, man. Well, give the people a little background story. Where you originally born and raised, and then like what was life like growing up for you?
My parents are from my dad's actually from LA and my mom's from Chicago, and they moved out to Denver when I was young. So I lived in Denver when I was young, and we moved then near Wheat Ridge, Sunnyside area. And then we moved up north when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. So I actually lived in Loveland, and I went to school there up in Loveland, kind of near Longmont.
Okay.
Kind of lived near Longmont. So I went to school actually at Thompson Valley. Went there, and then I actually lived in Greeley for a little bit. I lived in Fort Collins for a couple years, and then I've lived in Denver off and on for like 10 to 15 years, and then moved out to New York City. I lived in Indiana for a couple of years too. I've kind of been a little bit all over, but
traveler, you like
Denver is like what I consider home. That's like what I consider that's where I feel most comfortable. That's like what I tell people is home.
Hell yeah.
So
okay.
That's why I like to rep it. I don't know.
that's real. What was life like before you got into music and shit like that? Do you have any hobbies, sports, anything like that?
Yeah, I played football and baseball and stuff in high school, but I wasn't like that great. I mean, I played varsity football and stuff, but I didn't get like scholarships or shit, anything like that. So I wasn't trying to play after high school really. I kind of just played for fun. Yeah. And then I don't know, went to college and shit, but I mean, I got in a lot of trouble with like drugs and shit too growing up. So I had a couple addictions and shit that I had to overcome and shit too as well, but it's another story.
Well, I mean, what kind of advice would you give someone who's battling with addiction, I suppose?
Man, so I mean, I've battled with addiction with opiates and other stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's really hard, but I mean, I don't know, you just gotta really want to change for yourself. I mean, you can't, I don't know, man, like you really gotta, I gotta think about that.
No, you good.
Put me on the
next
spot.
question. Yeah, next question. Next question.
Oh no, like don't do drugs.
Yeah. No, for real. Shit like that. Yeah. All right, man. Shit, we all battling with it though, so I feel you. We'll just move on to the next subject. How did you like fall in love with rap music? We'll go there.
I've been listening to rap ever since like I don't know, I was like 10 years old. I was really into like the West Coast shit, like Tupac, Eazy-E, NWA. But then as soon as like Biggie came out, like I was like diehard Biggie, and I started getting more into the East Coast and shit. But I mean, I've always grown up like I loved underground rap. I like all genres of rap. I like I like drill, scam. I like that lyrical Miracle Whip. Whatever you got, man. If it's good music, it's good music to me. So that's why I'm trying to look for the best music out in Colorado. I'm trying to help people promote their music, trying to see people win. I want to see people focus on the music and not the streets, and kind of stay out of the streets and shit, and focus on music, focus on making money, like, 'cause that's what you really need to do in life to be comfortable if you ever want to start a family or be successful.
No, that's real. That's some solid advice. Okay, now when I got hip to Rino, you were on TikTok doing like little hood tours and like, sorry, not little, big hood tours, going viral on TikTok. you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. I seen you were throwing like dope Colorado artists in the background with the music. So what got you into TikTok and like, you know what I'm saying, doing the little hood tours and shit like that?
So starting this platform was pretty random. So I actually got on TikTok one day and I shot a video about Denver and shit, saying like, going through like the Denver hoods and shit, and I got like, you know, like 30,000 views. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go through like every hood and kind of commentate about it and talk about it. I wasn't trying to like, I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Like I'm like looking at the neighborhoods like they're poor and stuff. Like I grew up poor too, and I'm not saying that I struggled like some people have struggled. Like, I mean, I definitely have like, you know, white privilege and shit, obviously, but I mean, yeah, I grew up poor and shit. I mean, I know. Like
Section 8 type shit?
Yeah, like I lived in a trailer park until I was in high school. So yeah, I shared bedrooms with my brother. So
yeah, I feel the same shit. Yeah, yeah.
Like I haven't been dirt poor, but I've never been like well off. My family's have never been well off. I was the first person ever to go to college. One of the first persons to graduate high school out of my family. So
that's really. That's dope. Okay. So you got into TikTok.
Yeah, so where we at? So
the TikTok.
So basically, this is kind of how this all started. I started doing TikToks around the Denver hoods, and I would use Denver local rap music as my background. And a lot of local rappers started catching on and watching my TikToks, and they're like, "Hey, you should start interviewing local rappers. You should tap into the scene, you know, more." So I started doing that. I started doing some interviews and stuff, like kind of like amateur interviews and stuff. And then it kind of just morphed into started sharing music, you know, networking with all the artists, and it just kind of progressed into that. And now it turned into a platform, and now I'm sharing new music, Colorado music every day.
Hell yeah.
In the studio today.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, I'm doing a lot of shit.
Fraudski in the cut. You know what I'm saying?
What's the deal though? What y'all on?
Just working.
We out here, we working too, you feel me? We was just in the booth.
CT and Frosty.
Crazy. Yeah, CT and Frosty now.
New
I'm still
rap,
Frosty on like the producer side of things, you feel me? But artist wise, I'm CT and Frosty now. And you feel me? Finna keep shit pushing. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, man. Alright, man. So we back here, man. We Rino, little break, drink some water. Anyway, so yeah, you started sharing music, you're doing hood tours. How long have you been listening to like Denver music and Denver rap and shit like that?
Honestly, I mean, I've been listening to like old school shit since way back in the day, like
the 90s Denver rappers and shit.
Like there's this like Mile High Underground tape that came out in '97 that has like Big Red and some of the old schoolers like that are on there that are way too low. There's Apostle did like one of the original Colorado like theme songs called Higher Ground. You gotta check it out.
Okay.
On YouTube. And after that, I don't know, I felt like the scene kind of died a little bit, and then like AP and like Heart in the Hills came along. Yeah. And then that whole era, like
the Box Boys and shit. Like.
Yeah, that whole and then Trey Rida and all that kind of era. And then it kind of morphed now into like 100 Pack Savvy, and then AP of course has been there since Heart in the Hills. He's still like a big part of the scene. He's still one of the greatest rappers to come out of here.
No, for sure.
I mean, I put him in like my top 30 like all time.
Yeah.
Like
no, easy.
Outside of Colorado, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of good Colorado rappers that can really, you know, make a good living and make a lot of money doing this. Like, you just got to keep working hard and focus on it. But
what do you feel like the biggest difference from when you first started paying attention to the Colorado scene to now? Like, do you see a lot of growth?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't realize how big the scene actually was.
Right,
like,
right.
I really didn't. I thought I was pretty deep into it when I kind of started it, and like I wasn't even touching the surface really. Like
I still feel that.
And now I still like I have a list of maybe 800 artists, and I still got people that I've never heard of reaching out to me daily, like check out the shit, and I'm like, there's a huge scene, and like. I mean, out of those 800 artists, yeah, maybe like a few hundred are trash, but there's a lot of like good stuff out there. Like, you know, there's a lot of artists too that, you know, will drop one or two songs, then you don't hear from them, and they're really good songs, and you wish that they, you know, they would keep pushing their music a little harder. And, but I think the scene's growing. I think this is one of the best times ever in Colorado history for the scene to be a part of it, because it's growing. There's a lot of young artists that are really good actually that are popping up. I can't think of I don't want to throw out names, but like I mean, like 14 Mad, 67. Like,
yeah, he's a. There's a lot of upcoming artists. You're probably like in my head. I gotta shout out 100 artists.
Right
yeah.
I mean, seriously, I have like 10 in my head. Like,
yeah.
Man, if I was more ready for the interview, I would have like
thought
of like
a
ton of other artists. But
we'll wrap it up here soon. But how do you you know? I feel like what you're known for and you get a lot of love for is just like posting just about any artist. You know what I'm saying, from Colorado who's trying to get their music heard. So how do you like stay motivated, stay focused, and be willing to like put that time into posting artists, from unheard artists to the APs to the G-Rillas and, you know, Trev Riches and stuff like that? So how do you stay motivated and whatnot?
You know, I think everyone deserves a chance to be heard. I think everyone, I mean there is some trash. I mean, very rarely will I not like share something. It has to be like really, really bad, or I usually give someone like a chance. But I think also kind of sharing everyone in the city kind of shows you the broader scene, instead of just hearing, you know, the popular artists like AP and Tana Ten Birds and Ray Reed, Big Grit. You know, you hear some of the smaller names like, I don't know, like Problem Child, and some other names that are coming up. I'm trying to think.
You're like, damn, yeah, I got a name like 100 rappers right now.
I should like pull out a list, man. I'm like drawing blanks of like everyone that raps in Colorado right now.
Well, that was the other thing I was gonna say too, is like you're known for putting out like stats. You know, like you'll be like, this is how many times this artist been posted on Rino, this is how many YouTube views this art. Like, how do you keep up with that stuff, and like what draws you to that? You know what I'm saying?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, so like you're known for like, you'll have your list where it's like,
yeah,
like you'll not rank, but like you'll say, okay, this is how many times this artist been posted on Rino, or this is how many views this artist is doing, stuff like just random lists and stuff like that.
I mean, I've always been kind of into stats, and like I like to just keep track of stuff, and I think like I'm actually pulling some like real data out of this too, where we can see where people are actually growing. I actually kept track of people's like followers from like one year to another. I've done stuff where I kept track of your views over time and seeing if you're progressing. And then I also have a lot of other shit that I'm gonna share, where like which video previews had the most hype, and like which videos kind of like were the biggest for each month, which I'm gonna share pretty soon. But I don't know, I've just always been like a stats guy, so yeah. I kind of like basically I have like an Excel sheet with like all these rappers. I have like all my lists and shit all on an Excel sheet, like a couple sheets, and I just kind of keep track. Every time I post something, I kind of keep track of shit, because I think sometimes those stats and stuff, I'm not like a mathematician or anything like that, but like I like to keep those stats, because like you can kind of track actual growth, see who's really growing. And when I make these actual lists of like the hottest artists, you know, or whatever, I'm making lists that are educated or accurate, you know. I'm not just, you know, I listen to this guy and I listen to this guy, so I'm gonna put them in my top 10. You know, I'll put someone in the top 10 that I don't fuck with really, but
same here,
he's doing major views. You know, he's killing it on the views. Like he has a fan base, so like you can't hate on that.
Right.
Like it might not be my like genre or my style of rap, but like there's certain artists here I love here. There's certain ones that I don't really care for that kind of music, but I think that they're good. It's just not my style. But
I feel that. Yeah.
It's just that I mean anyone. I just like to keep stats and just try to calculate real growth, see who's really growing.
That helps artists too, like the background work, you know what I'm saying?
So like, I don't know if I'll drop another list like right away, but like when I do drop lists, just know that I've actually spent like real time on it, that I actually like do research. I check your views, I see who's popping. Even if I don't personally like your music, like if you're popping, like I'll get you in that list. Like I'm not here to play favorites really. Like I do have my favorites, I do have my bias. Like
everyone.
I'm not gonna lie about it. You know who I like. I don't lie about it. Like, but yeah, that's just. I try to give everyone a chance. I want you to see the whole scene like for what it's worth, and you can pick and choose what's trash or not. Eventually, I'll cut out more and more trash as we grow and as the scene grows and we get more noticed nationally. Right. The trash has got to go. But
okay, man. What? How do you deal with like the naysayers and the haters?
Fuck them.
Yeah, no, for real. That's it. All right.
No, honestly, I'm too old to give a fuck what anyone thinks of me. If you don't like me, I'll just probably ignore you, or I might talk a little shit too, because like, you know, that's just how I am. But like, it's all love, honestly. 95% of the time, people give me love. Like, I love this community. I love everyone's showed me so much love. It's crazy. Like I would have done this years ago if I was in a better mindset. Like I had issues with like drugs and shit like that, so I couldn't really do it then. But now I'm a little more clear-minded. I could kind of keep track of stuff and keep track of the scene and really try to help it. And that's my goal, is to kind of help it as much as I can, and eventually maybe make it a full-time job. But right now I just got to kind of do it as a side hustle. But
now I respect that, man. You show a lot of love, bro. Even more than me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I show my love as much as I can, but it's tough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes like I think a lot of people don't understand is like, I'm sure you get 10 times more messages than me, but I'm getting hundreds of messages a day. Right. I'm trying to weed through them. I'm trying to reach out to everyone. Like if you feel like I'm ignoring you, I'm not. Just keep pinging me. Like I'll at least acknowledge you. Like eventually. It's just that there's so many messages. Like I'm getting high schoolers reaching out to me with their SoundCloud raps. Like it could be. I mean, just keep pinging me and I'll get you in the rotation. I'm trying to help and share everyone's music. As long as like it's professional and it's not total like shit, you know?
No, that's real. Okay, man. 2 more questions. What is one? Actually, no, I'll scratch that one because you've already talked about it. But all right, last question. What do you think the Colorado scene needs to do as a whole to get better? And what do you think Mile High Minute or bloggers in general, even yourself, needs to do to, you know, better to improve as a media platforms and stuff like that?
Honestly, I think everyone needs to like network a little bit better. I think a lot of people kind of have their cliques and their crews, and like you'll kind of, even when I'm sharing like raps and stuff, and I'm sharing like polls, I'll look at the poll results and you see it's all their friends they're all voting for their friends. You know, they're not voting for the true best song. Right. So I think, you know, it's all about networking. You gotta humble yourself a little bit. Like, you know, everyone's trying to win. It's not just you. Everyone's trying to make money. No one's trying to like take away your shine. I think you gotta look at it as like, try to network, try to grow together. Also, I also think like some of the bigger artists that, you know, that have already established themselves here in Colorado, you know, have gone out of state, like Frodsky, 100 Pack Savvy has gone on a tour and stuff. Like those artists, I think a lot of those artists, like they really got to keep pushing out of state too as well. Thanks, keep trying to, you know, keep trying to book a little tour. Honestly, you could book a world tour, just go hit a bunch of clubs, like, you know, along like the Midwest and stuff. Like you can book a little tour, or like
get some Colorado artists together.
It's doable. Honestly, go network, go out to Florida, go out to Michigan, go to Chicago, New York, Miami. Honestly, there's a lot of artists that have 5,000 to 10,000 followers, 30,000 followers that they'll want to work with you. Like, just reach out to them. I could help you out in New York. I know some rappers that they're already asking me like if Colorado rappers will want to fuck with them on a track and shit. So like I want to try to like kind of establish that connection too, like an East Coast Colorado connection too. Because I feel like we already got a lot of West Coast Detroit connections, but we don't have a whole lot of East Coast connections really. That's true, So maybe we'll try to tap into that more.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Can I get a shout out for Mile High Minute one time?
Yeah, shout out Mile High Minute, the greatest podcast in the universe. You know what's up.
Hell yeah, appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Comment down below your favorite comment down below who you want to see next in the Mile High Minute. Make sure y'all go follow Rawest and Rino on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that, man. Links,
Colorado, baby.
Yep, links will be in the description. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, stay notified when all latest news drops. Mile High Minute.
I would fuck Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj if I could.
Okay, hold up. 100K or Ice Spice? Hold up.
Ice Spice.
And explain why, because actually I can't say it, my girl watching, but
man. Yeah.
All right. You got any other thoughts you want to speak on Frosty? Or CTM Frosty, man? The new name.
Either one.
About the name change.
Yeah, why'd you change the name?
I had to elevate, you feel me? A lot of artists don't be trying to pay the fee because they think I'm gonna, you know, get off on like $120 and shit.
I feel that.
Yeah, and then I can't promote my shit. I can't run Google ads because of fraud. So you feel me? So it's just a whole new thing.
Smart business move.
Yeah, it's all a business move for real.
Oh yeah, I respect it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Peace. Peace.